ass. We are definitely hauling ass on the Sherman S. Oh, you want your treat? All right. Just a little different situation, baby, but I'll still do it. Daddy loves you. I'll do it. Hold on. Hey, what's up? Yes, I've had the Sherman out, believe it or not. Crazy, right? Had it for I don't know how long now. 10 days? I don't know. Haven't done a conventional riding video on the Sherman yet, have I? Maybe I did. I don't know. Did I? I don't know. I'm losing it, guys. We'll talk about why I'm losing it shortly. Hey, what's up, Duff here? We are going to be trying to at least do the first part of a range test today on my veteran Sherman S. I've mentioned how I have enjoyed my time in the Sherman, but I have not done a long ride on it yet. And today I'm planning to do something different. I'm going to try to first go to my old Dunkin' Donuts, which is 10 miles. 10 miles out and back, so that'll be 20 miles. And then go straight from that out to Ave Maria and back. Just making a right turn and heading out to Ave Maria, and we'll see how that goes. We'll see how it goes, see how I feel. I just took some Advil, which will be helpful, and I need to start my GPS so I can track this accurately as far as speed and distance. So let me get synced up, and I'll be back in a flash. Yeah, boy, we have stuff to talk about, guys. We really do. Good thing I have a lot of time. Even after you get your house painted, this trick still works, believe it or not. Whether it's old paint or new paint. If you have a modern garage door and it's already open, you don't have to hit the code to close it. You just hit the enter button, or actually any button, I think, and it closes. You're welcome once again for the third or fourth time. All right, I have GPS lock. We're gonna start it. I'm just gonna leave that thing running. I was going to, what was I gonna do? I was gonna start darkness bot. That would be smart, right? Do that. Let me punch in my code, which will allow me to type while I am, or interact with my phone. 100%, this just came off the charger. And I have a total of 24 miles on this wheel so far. So, all right. There's a little bit of a time factor here because, you know, this is gonna take some time, and the Eagles play today at 3 o'clock. They play the 49ers in the NFC Championship game, so I need to be present for that, obviously, right? And of course we have a stupid vehicle, but thankfully I can go off-road to avoid them. All right, here we go. Like most of my recent range tests, I planned to go comfortable speed. Realistic speed, you know, like 25 to 30 miles an hour speed, maybe low 30s at times. I don't know. We'll see how it feels. And we'll see what sort of real world range we get in very flat circumstances with a rider whose riding weight is probably right now maybe 185 pounds with gear. And we'll see what we come up with. Should be great, right? Yeah, like right now I'm tracking low 30s GPS speed. Feels very comfortable. Feels windy too. Did I mention there's a lot going on in my life right now? Yeah, there is. I need to collect my thoughts before I talk about it. Feeling good. Sherman S is feeling good in the open road. So I've mentioned this before. It feels really good. I wanted to take a quick second to thank people that tuned in for my no notice live stream once again Friday night. Gave like, you know, literally like 3 minutes notice. And the main excuse was I didn't want to be drinking alone. I finished a half a bottle of wine on stream. Streamed for like 2 hours. Kind of an AMA format, ask me anything. Talked about a bunch of different things. So if you want to check it out, look in the live stream section of my channel. I must have a tailwind because I'm doing 34, 35 and it feels like nothing right now. Super easy. That means I'll be pushing into it on the way back. That's fine. Hauling ass. We are definitely hauling ass on the Sherman S. On the path now, a little quieter. I had a second to gather my thoughts. So those of you that read my blog, or if you watch recent videos, you know that I've committed to doing something pretty significant in my life, and that's selling my house that I've lived at for going on 22 years and moving. I've committed to that probably, I probably committed to that, what, a month and a half ago mentally, something like that. And since then, I've gone through like 3 weeks of hell getting the house ready to be painted, fixing several things, you know, painting and just moving stuff, throwing shit out, giving stuff away. It's been a lot, to put it mildly. It's been a lot. So when I thought about this whole process about, you know, me selling and moving somewhere else, it was always with a certain sequence of events. And the sequence that I saw in my head was I list my house, excuse me, list my house, sell my house, use the proceeds for selling that house to buy another house, but not really looking seriously at another house until I sell my house. You know, thinking that, you know, I need the equity from my house to pay for the new house. Seems like a solid plan, but the only issue with that plan is if the timelines do not synchronize, there's a possibility that I could sell my house and then not have a house to go into. And in that situation, then I need to find temporary housing, whether that be renting or I don't know, but it would kind of be a pain in the ass. But I was willing to do that. All along, I've been doing searches on Zillow. You know, just looking at houses in the general vicinity of, you know, closer to work, and there's been a number of them. But this week, there was one that popped onto my radar that was very close to work. It looked interesting. It was about 25% smaller than my house. You know, which I expected to go to a smaller house. Not necessarily 25% smaller, but I expected to go smaller. But anyways, they saw that house, looked at it, thought it was interesting, but then didn't really think much more about it. In the meantime, I have been talking to a mortgage company about getting pre-approved on a new house, because that basically makes you a cash buyer if you're pre-approved on a mortgage. So I've been working on that. So Friday, I get a message from Zillow saying, hey, this house, remember this house that you saved that you liked earlier in the week? They just had a $15,000 price drop on this house. I'm like, oh wow, okay, interesting. And then when I looked at the listing more, I saw that it had only been on the market for 2 weeks, and they already had dropped the price $15,000. So to me, that means, okay, well, sounds like we have some motivated sellers here. So I became more interested. I started to think about scenarios like you know, houses like that are competitively priced. It's not going to be around very long, for sure. And I started to think about, well, what about a scenario where I would just buy a house outright while I still own my existing house, and then once I sell my existing house, then I will use the funds from that to refinance and put that towards the new place. I thought about that. So I reached out to my the mortgage company, the woman I'm dealing with at the mortgage company, and I said, hey, what about this scenario that I would just do a conventional mortgage now, get approved for a conventional mortgage, and would I qualify to do that? You know, I have excellent credit. My monthly expenses on the existing house are not high, so I was curious, am I able to do this theoretically? So she looked at it, and within an hour she got back to me. She said, yeah, if you want, we can pre-approve you for the amount of the house with only 5% down, And yeah, you could do that. And I'm like, shit, really? Okay. So now the wheels are really turning. And, you know, wheels in my head turn pretty fast sometimes when it comes to decisions like this, and I have a long history of that. So now I reach out to my realtor, the realtor that I'm listing my house with, and I say, hey, can you get a showing of that house? Can I see the house? And again, shortly afterwards, she reaches out to me and says, yeah, we can see it 10 o'clock Saturday. I'm like, okay, wow, this is kind of coming together. I explained to her what my thought process was, and she thought it was something viable. So yesterday, 10 o'clock, the realtor first came out to my house, and then we went to, I had to sign the contract and stuff. We went to this house that I was looking at, and it's cute. It's like I said, it's like between 1,400 and 1,500 square feet, so it's not huge. It needs some updating. You know, like I can see, I would definitely want to probably renovate the kitchen, do stuff in the bathrooms, but nothing terrible. Has a 2-car garage. Has a small fenced-in backyard area, which would be perfect to let Elsa roam around in. It's only a 1/4 acre of land, as opposed to 2 3/4 acres. And the real huge selling point is I mapped out how far it is to my job. It's 2.5 miles to work from there. I mean, I could legitimately ride my EUC most days if I wanted to. I could go home at lunch. I would be home from work in 5 minutes, or maybe 10 minutes, but yeah, the idea of being so close is super, super appealing. But like I said, it is going to need some attention. Not to move in. I mean, I can move into it and function just fine, but to make it more mine, I would want to do some renovations as time goes on. And the good thing is the price of this is low enough that I would be able to do that. I would be able to use some of the equity from the sale of my house, theoretically, if it sells close to what I'm asking, and use that to pay for the majority of renovations that I would want to do. So that's good too, right? So I talked to my realtor and got her feeling that, you know, the listing agent was there. Got her feeling about it, and she said, I think that we can offer you know, the below the asking price, even the $15,000 reduced asking price. And I said, okay, cool. So we did put in a lower offer, and within an hour or two, I got the counter offer. The seller had, as typical, they came back and offered in the middle between what they were asking and what I offered. They went in the middle. And I said to my agent, I said, okay, well, let's counter. I countered almost halfway in between their counter and my original offer. And I basically told her that, you know, I'm not going to do any other counters after this. This is my last counter. I kind of had the mindset like, if it was meant to be, they'll take it. If not, I'll move on. It's a sign that I need to keep looking. But lo and behold, they accepted the counter, my counter. And yeah, now to submit a counter offer, you have to submit documents. You know, you have to electronically sign them, all that kinds of stuff. And my realtor sent me those documents probably mid-afternoon. And I did not sign them right away. I was, all right, so let's see if I can quickly wrap this up. So anyways, yeah, I sat on it for a number of hours, just thinking through scenarios. I mean, it's a big freaking decision, right? Yeah, that's basically hitting the launch button. I am launching myself into the great unknown. But I had a second conversation with the realtor later on in the evening, and I talked through some issues I was thinking about, and I did sign and send back the counter offer. So yeah, the ball is rolling. Here's some pictures of the house that I potentially am moving to. It's exciting. It's exciting. It's scary as well, but it's exciting. So yeah, if things go as planned, within a couple months, I might be moving, and hopefully my house is sold, the one that I'm in right now. That would be nice. Yes, I am well padded. But I mean, this can go almost 50 miles an hour if you want to.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'd be afraid of falling off.
Yeah. No, I don't actually sit. I just stand the whole time.
You do?
I'm too tall to sit. Yeah, yeah. That's not much of a seat. You can get better seats for it, but I just stand. Adjust you a little bit there. Okay, here we are. We got coffee. All right. According to the GPS, I've traveled 11 miles. According to Darkness Spot, I've traveled 11.5 miles. According to the wheel, I've gone 11.5 miles. I said I was at 91% battery after 11.5 miles. That's not too bad. And like I said, I was hauling ass. With a tailwind for sure, but I was hauling freaking ass. So yeah, so far so good. So I am reversing and heading to Ave Maria. It's going to be a long ride. This is going to be the longest ride since riding out California with that crazy guy Marty. Should be fun. Go ahead. Good morning. I think I mentioned this on the live stream, but I don't think I've mentioned it on a video or not. Yeah, I'm almost sure I did. Last week I actually ordered the Sherman S pedals that Fees sells over in the UK. What's this site called? Is it My E-Rides or erides.co? I'll have the website down below. But I have the replacement Sherman S pedals coming, because that is one thing on this wheel that is not great, is the pedals. The spikes don't really hardly have any contact with your feet at all, so they're not very grippy. So I do have those pedals coming. I believe they're going to be here next week, so something else to do. Almost off this section here on the way back, and as expected, strong headwind the entire time. But despite that, I'm still pushing 25 miles an hour plus without even trying. So Sherman S is performing great so far. Let's see how it does in the next leg of the range test. Okay, we are now engaging in Operation Coffee Cup Disposal. There we go. Target acquired. Target acquired. Locking coordinates. Oh, and I failed. Oh, yeah. All right, gotta go back. We gotta go back. Oh, it fell in. Okay, good. Operation successful, but not as cleanly as I hoped. All right, anyone coming? All right, I got my chin bar back down. Thank God. Oh my God, like, it was so freaking windy. Like when you're getting towards the end of the coffee, you know, you got to tilt your head back further. And I was doing that. It was freaking catching wind like crazy. You know, wanted to like pull me backwards. Not ideal. So, all right, at the public shopping. Okay, let's go out Dunkin' Donuts. Why not? Let's expose ourselves to more traffic that's not really paying attention. Like that person right there. Oh, hi. Yeah, here I am. Guy in the single wheel. All right, so I'm about someone else. Oh, wow. Dunkin' Donuts is busy. What a surprise. I'm about, what, a mile from turning on to Oil Well Road to head out to Ave Maria. So I'll check in a bit. Whoa. A little squirrely there. One thing I can report is, you know, even though I've almost completed the old standby Dunkin' Donuts ride, my feet so far, and even though the pedals aren't the grippiest thing, size-wise and angle-wise, they seem to be pretty good, because my feet are not hurting significantly. Of course, now that I said that, they're going to start to hurt. But yeah, at least so far, my feet feel pretty good on these pedals. So that's always a plus, especially when you plan to do, now I have a 34 to 35 mile ride ahead of me yet. So one thing that will be different where this new house is located is my riding environment, of course. More populated, although like I said, it is close to a bunch of trails and stuff. We've got some motorcycles, relatively close to the Greenway, which I've ridden quite a bit. So that'll be good, and the fact that I could practically use it to commute to work back and forth every day, use one of my EUCs to do that, that's a huge plus as well. That being said, I do appreciate the wide open, flat, straight riding that I get to do here. It's not like I can't do it. I can always come out here and ride whenever I want in the future, but there is something about this that I like. I don't know. it's not solitude, obviously, because there's things going on around me, but I don't know, relatively, I like these long journeys. Sometimes. Not all the time, but today I do. Feels good, gives me time to decompress. Remember, I have this frequent need to decompress nowadays. This should decompress me. I should be almost flat by the time this is over. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention, with what's going to be potentially happening with buying this house, it's gonna apply some financial pressure to me in the short term until my house is sold, for sure. So proactively, I'm going to be listing my EX20S for sale. Maybe today even. I don't know. I gotta look and see what a reasonable price is for it nowadays, because I know, you know, the pricing on all used wheels has gone down. So I will take a peek and see, but I will probably be listing that shortly for sale. So if you're looking for an EX20S and you want to be first in line, it's a great wheel. Great wheel. I got the box and all that kind of stuff. Very low miles. The only damage is the slot I cut in the front of the seat to be able to weave my GPS through it for speed tracking, but otherwise never been dropped, in great shape. So going to be coming up for sale very soon. Need to get some shots for the thumbnail, right? A lot of times I do this. I notice a lot of, well, not just EUC creators, but in general, the trend is, for some reason, it's been determined that people like seeing your face, like a close-up of your face when you're doing thumbnails. You know, like Sean does it all the time, Adam does it all the time. I'm not quite sure. I haven't heard the reasoning behind that. I typically do not do that. I don't know. Maybe I should start doing it. What do you think? I'm not sure. It's a little windy this way. I'm going into a headwind this way as well, so that means I will be pushed back, which is good. So they'll be at a lower battery. I'm not sure if I mentioned top speed. According to Darkness Bot that I hit on the ride to Dunkin' Donuts, I think it said I got up to 39 miles an hour. So a little faster than, whoa. It's funny, like with this wind, when I stick this relatively long selfie stick out, kind of catches wind and kind of throws me off balance a little bit. It's weird, right? Maybe it's not weird, I don't know. According to the GPS, about 22.25 miles. Can't really tell from the onboard. I mean, it looks like I'm down either 1 or 2 bars on the battery meter. It's been a little treacherous out here because the wind, it's mostly a headwind, but it's also a little bit to the side. So some of these gusts are really pushing me around here a little bit. Not exactly enjoyable. It should be a good ride back, but getting out to Ave Maria is going to be a little bit of a struggle. You mother effer. Frickin' wind. Piece of shit. So much for the drive-by video. It's too freaking windy, man. This sucks. This has been shitty. Shitty. Yeah, I've been getting blasted from the side, man. It's it is not fun. But of course, the only option is to keep going, right? Of course, but not ideal riding right now. Like I said, I'm hoping on the way back it will be much better. I'm probably, let's see, I'm 23.5 miles in according to my GPS. So probably about another 5 miles of dealing with this shit. I mean, I've had to deal with shitty wind on the Ave Maria ride lots of times, but this is up there as far as getting the title for the shittiest wind conditions to deal with. It's yeah, I did not expect this. It's weird. But the entrance to Ave Maria is in sight, so that's the good news. All right, so we are, Jesus, oh my God, it's freaking wind. All right, so we are turning into the entrance of Ave Maria. which is one of the best suspension tests I have because of the pavers that are so uneven. The EX20S has been the best so far going over this section, so let's see how the Sherman S feels. Did a nice job. Feels good. To be honest, the EX20S might be a little softer over that, but the Sherman S felt good. I would probably put the Sherman S close second. Just under 30 miles on GPS miles on the range test thus far. All right, it is Sunday morning, so Ave Maria should be kind of hopping, right? Here we are coming up to the church, the famous church. You can see all the golf carts, meaning that there's a service going on right now. But if I go another 200 yards, it'll be a ghost town again. That's why I like Ave Maria. At times it feels like I almost have the whole place to myself. Now I could sell my place and afford to move out to Ave Maria, but why in the world would I want to do that? Oh my God. As far away as I am now, add another, let's see, what, 17 miles to it? No thank you. And my card just had an error that made the GoPro reboot. I really should just get a new SD card. You miss the people pedaling like a beach cruiser kind of bike, you know, those side-by-side tandem bikes. First time I've seen one of those here. Let's see, is my pavilion open? My stat check pavilion, I think it is. I think it is. So let's, yes, I see no other human beings, which always makes me happy. All right, I need, yep. Fricker, is that a word, fricker? I'm just trying to be, you know, I don't want to offend. It's so windy, yeah, I have my foot on it right now. It's crazy, right? All right, let's look at some stats. According to my GPS, we've traveled 34.17 miles. According to Ninebot, we've done 36 miles. Nasty discrepancy, like I mentioned, 39.3 miles an hour top speed. Right now, I am at 52% battery, according to Ninebot. So about halfway at 34 miles. Okay, not bad. So what I'm envisioning doing is I'm going to just ride back to the house. I don't know that I'm going to try to burn it all the way down. I might do that on a subsequent ride and just not charge it. I don't know. I haven't quite decided. So far we've been riding, well, I've had this running nonstop, 1 hour and 37 minutes. So I'm making good time because I have not stopped it at all. But yeah, it's time to continue. And I'm looking for a much more enjoyable ride. Yeah, it burned a lot of battery in that segment because that headwind was awful. It's awful, but that being said, I think I'm gonna do quite well on the way back, so. Let's go. And these helmets, the Scorpion helmet, it's great that I can raise the chin bar to drink coffee, but it is the heaviest helmet I have, and I can feel it in my neck. I can definitely feel it. So, all right, here we go. Can you see them? Here they come. There they come behind me. Bicycle built for two. There we go. So windy. Yeah, sure, it'd be nice to take a little bit more of a breather, but it's about 11:15. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, the Eagles play at 3. So it'd be nice to get back, maybe get this video edited, and then go watch the Eagles game. At least that's my thought process right now. Okay, someone's watching me. All right. I just saw the community patrol vehicle close by. Probably want to make sure that I'm not. They probably want to confirm that I'm an Ave Maria resident. Or not, whatever. All right, here we go. Next stop, the fountain in front of the church, where we have to take the obligatory glamour shot of the wheel with the church in the background. Always have to do that. I'm doing a lot of cursing because of the freaking crosswind hitting me. I'm like, freaking wind, this, that. This is fucking stupid. Now I gotta bleep all that fucking shit out. Oh, I should do the stairs while I'm here too, right? All right, let's do them. Whoa, onto the grass. Yeah, doing stairs without the pads to kind of lock your feet in, not ideal. Softness wise though, it felt good. It ate it up well. Staying on the wheel, I did not do so well. I can feel my feet shifted. All right, here we go. Let's take a picture. The way that'll work is if I lay it down flat, because otherwise the freaking wind will blow it over. Need to put a UC Army sticker on this sucker. Okay, stay. Beautiful. Hopefully you don't mind being cocked to the side. That's what she said. All right, let's try that format. And beautiful. Beautiful. It's a sight to behold. I didn't mention the wheel temperature. It shows that the wheel temperature is 114 degrees Fahrenheit. So even though it's been pushing against the headwind a lot, the temperature of the wheel is okay. It's not too bad. All right, so once I get out of the this long and winding entranceway where the wind, depending on my angle, still is smacking me, once I get back out onto Oil Well Road, I believe I will have a near constant tailwind and a much less annoying riding experience. So I'll check in with you then. We're approaching the pavers once again. So let's do our second paver comfort test. Here we go. All right. You heard me not scream out in pain, which I typically do on that section if I'm on a non-suspension wheel. So yeah, no, feels good. Definitely feels good. All right, now here we are. We are back out on Oil Well Road, and hopefully that will be the end of me dealing with the freaking annoying wind. I can tell you right now, I can already feel that it's much smoother this direction. Yeah, I'm back to carrying 30 miles an hour without trying, so big difference going this way. I'm rapidly tracking down this road biker. I'll be passing him in a moment. So I'm trucking along here again, low 30s, 31, 32 miles an hour, and I'm 46 and a half miles in per GPS. Wheel feels fine. And just FYI, I have not changed any of the defaults on the Sherman. I have not enabled the mode that allows it to go faster. I have not enabled the mode that allows you to run the battery down further for like emergency range. We are just on stock settings, in case that matters to you. Thing I'll note here, I don't know that it's significant or not, and I don't think I could hear it before because I had too much wind noise probably. But like if I go over 30 miles an hour, I hear a different kind of like an electronic sound coming from the motor, that if I drop my speed into the 20s, it goes away. I doubt you can hear it, but I'm going to go back over 30. There it is. There's the sound. Probably normal behavior, I guess. I don't know. We'll see if anyone else that's watching this have noticed that on their Sherman, but it seems almost right at 30 miles an hour that noise kicks in. The wheel doesn't act any differently, but it does definitely sound different once I cross that speed threshold. All right, so we are like 48 miles and change into this ride, and I mean, my feet are now starting to bother me a little bit, but I mean, to go this far and have minimal foot complaints for me is very unusual. I would have to say that these pedals, despite them not being the grippiest things in the world, as far as foot comfort for me, it's among the best that I've ever had. This is not usual for me to be able to go this far, more or less non-stop, without my feet being destroyed. they do not feel that bad. Okay, I'm gonna just add a little extra distance to this ride. I'm gonna just swing into the park here and do a couple laps, just add, you know, a couple miles. I have enough time to do that, I believe. This is one thing that I will miss moving is, you know, having access to this park a mile away from the house. This has been a real plus for me. I love having this available to me. So that will be definitely something that I will miss. Now there's lots of places I can go where I'm going to be moving to. In theory, as long as it all works out. You know, don't count your chickens before they're hatched, right? That's a saying. But yeah, this is really something special to me, having this here for sure. Okay, did a couple laps around the park. Time to head back. Using one of my Enduro batteries in the GoPro, it's held up well. I had a second one in my pocket, but I don't think I'm going to need it. So it's done its job. We survived. We survived. Stay there. All right, let's look at some numbers. Let's put you there. Do I need to make you higher now? I think it's okay. All right, so according to Darknessbot, okay, Darknessbot says we have approximately 27% battery remaining. On wheel display looks like it might be a little bit more than that, but okay. It says that Darknessbot says that was a 56.6 mile ride. My GPS says it was 53.8, just a little under 54 miles. Max speed 39.3 miles an hour. Took a picture of that so I have it as a reference. And yeah, that went well. I mean, get this freaking heavy helmet off my face. It went very well. The Sherman S performed great, really. So this will be part one of the range test. I will leave it as is. I'll probably just park it out here in the garage, and maybe tomorrow or something I can just ride around here and try to run it down closer to empty. I'm not sure exactly how low, but 54 miles so far is not bad. How's my hair look? Probably terrible, right? Oh, it feels good to have that off my neck. It's funny, like yesterday, you know, stop that. You know, yesterday I was stressing about the whole house thing, and by the end of the night, like all of a sudden I realized that my freaking neck and shoulders, they were so freaking sore, presumably from stress, I would guess. But oh man, it was, and wearing that freaking heavy ass helmet definitely was not the recipe for relief. Massage would be good probably. I should do that more often. So anyways, yeah, this is part one. I said that already. I will burn it down more, hopefully within the next couple days. But I don't think I've ever done that combination, going to Dunkin' Donuts first, the 10 mile away Dunkin' Donuts, and then going out to Ave Maria. No speed limiting, obviously, still carrying 30s on the way back. So the wheel performed great. Suspension felt good. Wheel felt solid. I don't really have any complaints about it. So far, the Sherman S has lived up to what I hoped it would be. And once I get the pedals, the new pedals will be even better. But like I said, the pedals were comfortable for my feet. My feet do not feel bad after doing 54 miles. I don't know that that's ever happened. This is probably the best my feet have felt, maybe ever, doing that kind of distance in that kind of time. So take that for what it's worth. So if you guys found this video interesting, please give it a big thumbs up. What did you think about, oh wait, let's back it up. What do you think? Let's back it up again. Let's start swearing. If this is your first time visiting the channel, please consider subscribing. If you're going to subscribe, you can hit the notify bell, which is over there somewhere. That's what I normally say. Feel free to leave your comments, suggestions, ideas, and thoughts below. What did you think of the performance of the Sherman S? What did you think about what's going on with my house situation and me tentatively buying a house much closer to my place of employment, and what sort of impact that will have on my life? It will have an impact for sure, for sure. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna try to edit this video quick. Go watch the Eagles, go Eagles. It'd be great to see him in the Super Bowl again. And that's all I have for now. So hope you had a great Sunday. And until next time, Duffman out. Don't forget part 2. It's coming. All right, we are like I said, we're just going to park this thing for part 2. I'll be out here ready to go. Now, I just wanted to quickly, before I got the house painted, I walked through the house with my phone to show you the before picture. And I've been meaning to show you the after, so let's do a quick after tour. The garage used to be painted Eagles Midnight Green. It is now the same as the exterior color of the house. The interior color is similar but different. Has green undertones. Laundry room. Here comes Elsa. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. What do you think about a new house, baby? It's gonna be interesting to see how she reacts. Alexa, stop. Yeah, like that wall used to be an accent wall, was a different color. The area where the TV was, that used to be a different color. So here you see my monocolor home. Dining room. Painters did a good job. The painter was back yesterday to touch up a few things that I saw. Did a good job with them. My sparse office. You know, the new place, I've been giving some thought to like how I'm gonna make it all work. It's gonna be interesting. Because, you know, I think the office and EUC stuff is going to be kind of combined in 3D printers. Okay, there's the old hobby room with wheels in the middle of the road, middle of the room, and my 2 3D printers. The guest bathroom that used to be blue, now the same color as everything else. What you got there? You got the gator. All right, baby. The guest bedroom. Different but better. Oh, what you got? You got the gator. Elsa has the gator. That means she's happy. Okay, walking back to the master bedroom. Alexa, turn on bed 1. Alexa, turn on bed 2. Technology, don't you love it? Here is the master bedroom in the new color. Closet was done, all that hardware was removed. The big TV, and finally the master bathroom with nothing really on the walls anymore. There used to be, not anymore. So yeah, that's what the inside of the house looks like now. Thanks for coming along.